going to give you a screenshot of Israel's terrorism since the 1940s. It's a screenshot because we could spend a lifetime and not get over with their terror attacks. Let's start in 1946 with the King David Hotel bombing. It was done by Irgun and Haganah and Lehi terrorist organizations. They were Zionist military forces known as terrorist organizations around the world. They killed 91 people. Ben Gurion and Menachem Begin, who later became prime ministers of Israel, were part of these terrorist organizations. 1948, the Nakba, over 700,000 Palestinians were ethnically cleansed. Over 500 towns and villages were wiped off the map. 15,000 Palestinians were killed in horrible massacres like Deir Yassin, where victims were maimed, raped, and killed. You want to talk about systematic rape? Palestinians have been raped since 1948. Men were put in trucks to be paraded before being killed. 110 Palestinians were killed. Pregnant women's stomachs were open, and that's where a child was actually burned alive and thrown in an oven. El Dawamiya massacre in Hebron, children were killed by breaking their heads with sticks. Tanzura massacre, 200 Palestinians were killed, men were lined against the cemetery wall and shot. There are mass graves under what is a beach resort today. Khan Yunis massacre in the 1956, 200 to 400 Palestinians killed. In the Israel illegally occupied Golan Heights, thousands of Syrians were killed, injured, and displaced. In the 1982 invasion of Lebanon, where tens of thousands of Palestinians and Lebanese civilians were killed. In Sabra and Shatila, Israeli-backed militias killed between 2,000 and 3,500 Palestinian and Lebanese in 2 days. Horrific acts of slaughter, mutilation, and rape were committed. The Ibrahimi massacre in 1994 by Baruch Goldstein, an American-Israeli extremist associated with the Kanas movements, who today, Ben Ghafir, who works in the Israeli government, follows that movement. So it is actually a terrorist government in Israel. During that attack in 1994, Baruch Goldstein shot 29 Palestinians as they prayed in a mosque. In 1996, the Qanna massacre in southern Lebanon, the Israeli occupation forces, or the Israeli terrorist forces, shelled a United Nations compound where over 800 civilians had sought refuge because Israel told them to evacuate, as they did today. It is not new for them to bomb UN compounds and hospitals and schools. They've been doing this for decades. The killings in Gaza since 2008, where thousands of Palestinians have been killed, the massacres on a daily basis, the current genocide, where we are entering almost 8 months of massacres committed daily, through the International Court of Justice ruling a few days ago, asking the Israeli terrorist forces to stop bombing Rafah. They bombed tents and actually beheaded babies, not some debunked theory, they actually beheaded babies. There was testament. I left my children playing in the tents. I hugged them as I flipped. I left to cook. I came back panicking as I heard airstrikes. I found my 6 children that couldn't fit in the tents. They burnt and became ash.